Guys, welcome to a special NFL episode of the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast, where today we are going to look at the NFL Hall of Fame. And specifically, we're going to look at those players that are eligible to go in the year 2026. So without further ado, I'm Mike with 716 Sports Entertainment, joined by Mr. Sean O'Neill, Mr. T. Reese, and special guest at the stadium, Mr. Paulie B. Guys, let's break it down. So I've got a list of actually about 50 people who are eligible to go in 2026, but let's realistically look at about the top 20 or so. So we'll do one of our regulars. We'll kind of go around here and you guys tell me what you think, if you think I'm crazy or if you think this person should or should not go into the Hall of Fame. So the person with the highest score is Pittsburgh Steelers Marquise Pouncey.
Ooh.
Yay or nay?
One of the Pouncey brothers. And this is first ballot? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No,
I don't think he's a first ballot.
no, definitely not.
I agree with T. This one's an easy one. He's definitely not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Think he goes in at all?
I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer at all, though. I mean, he's the highest rated. You said
he's the highest rated legend score of 40,
which is crazy when you look at the next person on the list.
I'm just as puzzled as you, Paulie. I have no idea what we're doing. What is the NFL doing?
So I pulled up the list I think Mike is looking at, and when you compare Pouncey's name to some of the other people who are in this top 20, the fact that he is number one on it is batshit insane.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I think there is some sort of leaning towards Pittsburgh Steelers players when they're due for the Hall of Fame. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't be shocked. But there's always a leaning for them, no matter what. They never have – most Steelers who make it to the Hall of Fame never really have to wait long till they get inducted. Think about that.
That's fair.
Other than Antonio Brown, who knows where he's at. He's probably in prison right now. They're looking for him.
He already thinks he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of leaning towards maybe, but probably no.
There's no way. I got to see the metrics.
How are you even a maybe then?
I mean, he played for 10 seasons, and he was a center,
okay,
right?
so put him on Pittsburgh's Wall of Fame. Put him on Pittsburgh's Wall of Fame. Maybe that's where he belongs. I'm being 100% serious.
No, you know what it is, though?
For 10 years?
You know what it is, though? I don't think that many centers get in, and I think that's probably why.
Yeah, that might be a good point as to why he's rated so high, is based off positioning rather than actual popularity.
Yeah, but the NFL has never – I don't know if they've ever had some sort of repetitive pattern of what types of players go in each year. They don't pick just one wide receiver or just one offensive lineman. I mean, it's pretty much a vote. So I don't think that really matters.
Eric Wood deserves it more than Pouncey.
Interesting tidbit for you. The only other center on this list is actually also a Pouncey, if that tells you anything.
Oh, yeah, his brother is in Miami.
Yeah, and he's way further down the list. But
absolutely. I don't even know why he's on the list.
Just to prove a point, though, of you saying centers really aren't on here. There's two of them on this whole list, and both of them come from the same damn family.
Yeah, that's my only thought as to why he's so high on this list. But I agree with you guys. It's probably no. I mean, I think position's the only thing that would get him in. Otherwise,
please remove probably from your statement.
All right.
Watch him be a first ballot guy now, because
I hope he is. Because I'm going to shove it in your face if he is. All right. So I think this next one is a lock. Drew Brees.
100%.
Hang on. Stop. Pouncey is above.
That's what I said.
Drew Brees.
Yep.
Dude, where did you see the other names? The people he's ahead of. It's crazy.
That's just insane. It's almost insulting.
You would think, right?
There's going to be a lot of names.
If I were Drew beat Brees' mole, I'd be jumping off his face right now to pounce on
somebody. You got to be kidding me!
I swear to God, it's the list. I'll send you the list that we're using as a reference. I'll put it in the description of the YouTube video.
I hope it shows.
Somebody please clip that and make a burner account. Drew Brees' mole.
Drew Brees' mole.
Wow.
So
I will say this: first ballot, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
The guy brought back football to New Orleans. I mean, seriously, he single-handedly brought back that team from the dead.
Like, he still has the most passing yards right now, right? NFL history. Am I correct? He still holds that?
I don't think so.
No, Brady passed him.
Yeah.
So Brady did pay. Okay, so Brady beat him. That had to suck. Because Brady did that next year after he retired.
Brady got it in Tampa.
Yeah, that's terrible. That sucks to hold on to that lead for maybe a year or two, and it's gone. And it's only going up.
Oh yeah,
it's only going up.
Well, I mean, Brady's got him beat by almost 9,000 yards. So I mean, that's multiple seasons worth.
I mean, that's
When did Brady retire?
5,000 yard season, which he's done before, and 4,000.
Yeah, I mean,
can I just say something?
Yeah.
I just would like to say that, the Hall of Fame, when you're thinking of the Hall of Fame, you got to think about putting players in there that made an impact on the game, like a direct impact, and not necessarily changed the game, but highlighted it to a point where it got more eyes on the sport. And I think Drew Brees encapsulates that. Really, his career does.
Well, and
it's a career that people just love talking about. Aren't there movies made about it? I don't know.
Well, he's also
a movie about it.
Yeah, I think so. He's also like second in touchdowns, second in yards.
It's incredible.
Like, I mean, 571 touchdown passes, 80,200 passing yards.
Yeah, second. I mean, that's a lock. That's a first ballot lock.
Everyone loves to talk about Manning and Brady and that, and you can't forget that Brees was active during that same time frame, putting up fantastic numbers in New Orleans.
Almost the exact same time.
Won Super Bowls. And won Super Bowls.
Don't forget now, Drew didn't have like a head-to-head with somebody like you had with Peyton and Manning in the same conference. That was the thing he was missing. I mean, I think
NFC.
Well, I mean, he went head-to-head with Rodgers and Favre, though.
And Eli.
Yeah, and Eli.
Eli Manning.
And Matt Stafford, too.
No, but like I'm talking in terms of legendary games.
Rivalries.
You would always Manning and Peyton.
Yeah, that division was bad for a long.
Yeah, you have a guy like Drew Brees in that division. One guy like Drew Brees in that division, and you're owning that division for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that simple.
All right, your third overall. This has got to be a lock, right? But Larry Fitzgerald.
I think he's a first ballot. Guy's one of the greatest receivers ever.
I would say yes, because he has impacted the game on and off the field. So I think he's a lock for first ballot. And he's never been a problem player.
Nope.
Always a gentleman to everybody. People are fans of him, weren't even fans of his team. I say absolutely.
So this is a guy that was my Chris Collinsworth impression. Did you like that?
Here's a guy.
Now, I mean, here's a guy that I think that if he doesn't make it in the first round, he's in danger of never making it at all. Or first ballot, he's in danger of never making it at all.
Why do you say that?
Because he's easily forgettable.
Ooh,
and there's going to be a better class next year. And the year after that, there's going to be more locks after that. There's going to be more locks after that. It's going to be an uphill climb for him if he doesn't do it in the first ballot, like the Steve Tasker type thing, where everybody knows that he should be there, but it's just he never faced a class that didn't have the locks in front of him, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
And
see where Paul.
I think that might happen.
I see where Paulie's coming from because there's been a lot of fantastic receivers throughout the years. And every year you're just going to see more and more of them retiring and being eligible. So I think Paulie actually has a really good point with that. That if he doesn't make it on this first ballot, he might not.
I mean, you have an absolute argument there. I mean, I have no pushback on that. I agree. That was very insightful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You have your
We'll
moments.
let you get away with it.
You're gonna let me get away with that one
I'm going to let you get away with that one. This time I will.
this time.
All right. Number 4, Cincinnati Bengal defensive tackle, Geno Atkins.
Oh, Geno.
He's been around a long time.
Can we get some stats on him?
Geno Atkins. Let's take a look at Geno Atkins. Geno Atkins played from 2010 to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
All Pro 3 times, Pro Bowl, 8 Pro Bowls, NFL Top 100 6 times, All Decade player.
71.5 or 75.5 sacks.
Yeah, all the sacks.
8 forced fumbles. So the guy was a beast.
Okay. Are we going by who's deserving to go in of the 8? Or are we just like whoever is deserving to go in compared to others?
Whatever you want.
Like, I remember Geno Atkins being a good player. I remember him making Pro Bowls and stuff like that.
2012, it looks like
I
was his
think
best
Geno
year.
Atkins is kind of like, because of who he played for. Like, if Kyle Williams played for the same team, he'd probably be that guy. He'd be on his way to the Hall of Fame. But because he played with the Bills, he doesn't get the credit. I think they're both the same player. They're very similar.
Yeah, very true.
But then that means I would say that Kyle Williams doesn't deserve to be in there if I say he doesn't.
Geno Atkins only played for Cincinnati, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, his best year looks like it was 2012. He had 12.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. I mean, he was pretty consistent throughout his career. Only 2 seasons where he didn't play the full season. I mean, the problem he's going to run into, I think, is name recognition.
Yeah, I don't even think it's just that. I would like to honestly. This is one of those things where I would actually like to hear from a Bengals fan, and see the emotion that name sparks out of a Bengal fan. I don't really know. Do they even have fans?
Here we go.
There we go. Ba-doop. All right. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about him because I don't know. But you Bengals fans out there, let us know what you guys think about Geno Atkins. Let us know you think he's deserving or not to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. He's in the top 4 of legend scores. So
I don't know about first ballot. I would say, he's a later on kind of guy.
Yeah, he's probably a second or third round, and you're probably.
These next 2 are going to hit close to home for you guys, and I think we should get some good dialogue out of these next 2. So the first one is New England Patriots kicker Steven Gostkowski.
The fuck out of you, the kicker. There's no such thing as a first ballot Hall of Fame kicker.
He won them a couple of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Maybe Justin Tucker after he's done. Maybe Justin Tucker.
Not now.
But no, if you look at his career, Sean, it's complete.
Yeah, but
everyone has it. I mean, Peyton had a down year. The year he won a Super Bowl with Denver.
but
He
call
wasn't the
me.
best quarterback in the league that year.
Didn't Justin Tucker just get in trouble for doing all kinds of stuff in Baltimore?
Yeah, I think somebody's trying to cancel him. I don't know. Who knows? It's not about Justin Tucker. I just don't think that you're really ever going to see a first ballot Hall of Fame kicker. So
I can agree with that.
I concur.
I think the fact that he won them a couple Super Bowls on kicks, I think that he does get into the Hall of Fame at some point. But probably more as they need to fill a spot and they don't want to have controversy.
He won them 2 Super Bowls on his leg.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, put him in Patriots Hall of Fame, first ballot. I mean,
yeah,
they got a nice little Hall of Fame over there at Gillette Stadium. Put him in over there, put a nice plaque up there, a little bust, give him that red jacket that Vrabel got a couple years ago.
The deflated balls on that wall of fame, right?
But see, the thing is, Sean, the only argument I have against what you said was if you're going to base it off of winning plays in Super Bowls, is that only specific to kickers? Because then you would have to put someone like a Joe Flacco into the Hall of Fame.
Wasn't Gostkowski like the leading point scorer too, like 1 or 2 years during that Patriots dynasty? Like, wasn't he like the leading point scorer like in the whole league?
Yeah, he had a season of that. But what I'm saying is that to Sean, that means you would have to put middling players who made winning plays as well in there.
I just think that's an argument that could be made for him. I'm not saying it necessarily has to be, but that's an option.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're just saying specific to kickers.
Yes. 100%.
All right. This next one's going to hit close to home for you boys down there. Buffalo Bills and
look at Paul's face.
You all right there, Paul?
No,
his headset's not working.
Hang on.
Buffalo Bills and Philadelphia Eagles running back LaShawn Shady McCoy.
You said LaShawn McCoy, huh?
Yeah.
I think for me, I need to hear everybody else on the list.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem like a first balloter.
No, I mean, he was a fantastic running back across two teams.
I don't want to put anybody in the Hall of Fame, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I agree, maybe second ballot. I don't think that because you still have other people that are eligible besides the people who are just eligible coming in this year. So you have to keep that into account. And he had a great career, but I don't think he makes it on his first shot.
I also agree. I don't think he makes it on his first shot.
I mean, I can't make a call so I know who else is on the list. I mean, obviously.
Let me give you the next. I'll give you the next 10.
Okay.
Jason Witten, Frank Gore, David DeCastro, Todd Gurley, Mike Lipati, Greg Olson, Julian Edelman, Thomas Davis, Jarrell Casey, Phillip Rivers, and Des Bryant.
I heard 3 names on there that I think would be.
Yeah. I just talking about 3, maybe 4 for me. And that list, I would probably pick before him.
Frank Gore.
Yeah, he broke the record.
Yeah, Frank Gore's got to be ahead of LaShawn McCoy.
Absolutely, he has to be ahead of him. So you're not going to put 2 running backs in, right?
No,
it's rare that happens.
He's going as a 49er, right?
Huh?
He's going as a 49er, probably, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they generally try to get a person for each position?
No, I don't think. See, there's seasons. There's sometimes there's times where it seems like that. There's times where it's like there's 2 offensive linemen plus a what did they call the ones that are over the 20-year mark or something like that, where they haven't been voted in, and then they go on to a next level.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's like one more Hall of Fame position. In the event you never made it through the regular, there's a limit to it, and then after that, there's a one spot every year for that position of people who haven't been picked. And generally, it's a player that some people have never heard of or really paid a lot of attention to.
I think that's how Joe DeLamalure got it.
Yep.
I didn't realize he was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he got it after his eligibility was up.
I think that's how Booby Dixon will get in.
I mean, some of these
Good
names
old Booby Dixon.
Some of these names on this list are crazy to me, though, too. Like, especially at the top there. I mean, Jason Witten, yeah, great tight end, but I mean, how often do you see tight ends make it?
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to get into I think these next few names coming up, there's going to be a lot of pushing back and forth here.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd rather see Booby Dixon than Pouncey.
As a Bills fan.
No, just as
a
name fan.
So for LaShawn, I can't give a response. We'll leave it at that.
Can I substitute?
I'll wait till we're done with our list, and I'll remember then.
Put Carlos Williams in instead of LaShawn.
Well, and you know what though, it was interesting. Well, the thing is, what's interesting about LaShawn McCoy is if he doesn't, like to your other point, if he doesn't get in this year, it might not be a while, because next year, I mean, Adrian Peterson's at the top of the list next year.
Cancels out LaShawn.
Yeah. I mean, and there's a lot of big names next year too that are like Le'Veon Bell. He had a great career.
It's got to be tough as a running back with how many star running backs there are. Like, out of all the positions besides QB, I feel like running back has to be probably the second toughest spot to get in at.
Well, it's because that's why there's no value in the position anymore, because there's so many players that are available that can be that guy.
Yep.
Here's a fun question for you, just a little bit off topic. So actually, relatively towards the top of next year's list, Antonio Brown. No chance, right? No chance.
None.
Because don't forget now,
quit on his team.
Right, and he also is going to have to sign with a team in order to get his Hall of Fame.
You don't think the Steelers would do that?
No. I think he burned way too many bridges on his way out.
Yep. Nope.
And then,
he went double birds. He flipped double birds on the way out, and then he quit on his team after that. And no, that's not Hall of Fame material.
There was it was Tampa he quit on, right?
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the game, like the cornerback here in Buffalo.
Yeah,
it was against the Jets.
Paul, remember that?
He stripped off his pads. No, Antonio Brown, he stripped off his pads and basically gave them the double birds on walking out. No, and then at least what's his face had the courtesy to do it during halftime.
Without the view of the crowd.
The only Hall of Fame Antonio Brown's going to be in is Tom Brady's wife.
This is pretty much all I got. I mean, so I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, other than Drew Brees, maybe Larry Fitzgerald, probably the only locks, right?
Well,
you don't think Phil Rivers is
he's going to cancel him out. Drew Brees cancels him out.
Yeah.
What about Des Bryant?
Quarterback?
It's usually only one quarterback. Des Bryant's got too much drama.
Honestly, I that was the one that was jumping out of the page at me of the last few that you mentioned, Des. Especially if Fitzgerald doesn't get it, Des would. I think
Alex Smith is on this list. RG3.
Yeah, but none of those. Really? RG3? We're gonna go there.
He's on the. I'm just saying. I just said he's on the list.
He's not gonna get it.
Well, RG3, I mean,
RG3
they'll
does
only
not
do
deserve
one quarterback. They're only going to do one quarterback. So
You can
these
mark
quarterbacks are going to
you
be.
can mark it right now, June 23rd, 2025. Robert Griffin will never get into the Hall of Fame. Calling it right now. He doesn't deserve it.
That's a pretty easy bet there, Mike. What kind of
Well,
odds you getting on that?
He'll probably make it after his eligibility's up. That's when he'll probably make
You put $1,000 bet down, you win $1.
it.
Yeah.
Looking at next year's, Rob Gronkowski's on there. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He changed the position.
Yep.
He changed the position.
And also more than likely, even with a tight end, there'll still be another wide receiver.
Yeah. I think without Gronkowski, a guy like Gronkowski, you'll never see Kelsey.
So next year's quarterback class, listen to this, is Cam Newton, Ben Roethlisberger,
Roethlisberger will get in.
and that looks like it for next year for quarterbacks.
And then I think the year after that is Brady, right?
I don't know. The only thing that gets me is like Rivers should go in ahead of Roethlisberger, in my opinion. And I know Rivers never won a Super Bowl, and Ben won what, 2?
Yeah.
I think that was a more system type thing. I honestly think Phillip Rivers, if he were on a different team, and he was for a couple of years, but I mean, if he were on a different team other than San Diego Chargers, he probably would have made some waves in the league.
He probably
made some more waves in the league.
Is that the merit we're going to use?
No, I'm just saying that I think he deserves to go in before Roethlisberger.
No,
Roethlisberger won 2 Super Bowls.
I know, I get that. I understand that he won 2 Super Bowls, but did he really?
Yeah, he really did.
Well, the first one he did.
No, you mean
the one he did.
Yeah, the first one was all Jerome Bettis.
And the defense.
Because that was the Seattle one, right?
But either way, he's got 2.
I know he's got 2. I'm just saying if you take those 2 things away, I think Rivers outstats.
You can't take
those 2 things away.
I'm not taking away. If you just forget about those for a second. What are Rivers' stats compared to Ben Roethlisberger's stats?
Rivers has ridiculous yards.
Yes.
Ridiculous touchdowns. But Rivers won over the 12 years that he played. I think he won 1 playoff game.
He constantly choked in the playoffs.
Listen,
he choked every year.
Playoff record, he gets blown out of the water by Roethlisberger.
I mean, did the Bills technically retire him the 1 year?
When he played for the Colts.
Yeah, he played his last game against the Bills.
That seems to happen to a lot of people.
So, off topic from players for a second. Who's the next coach that's going to get into the Hall of Fame?
Sean McDermott.
Active coach or just any coach?
Let's go active. Is it Andy Reid?
It's Andy Reid. Andy Reid's got like Andy. Well, oh yeah.
Mike Tomlin
before he does.
Yeah, Belichick will go in. And
He'll be the next one.
Andy Reid said he's only got a year or 2 left, so he's probably the next. He's going to retire, so he'll get in.
To be honest with you, I really think the NFL should make. Even if you're presently coaching, you should still be up for a Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
if you ask me, because that's not dependent on years. Mostly in NFL, it's dependent on how successful you are. So. Yeah. I mean, you could literally just give that Hall of Fame during the season to somebody. I don't know why they don't do that. They should definitely do that.
I mean, Andy Reid will definitely get it because of what he did across 2 separate teams.
Right. So you're going to get a bunch of middling coaches or no coaches at all for seasons until they're up.
I mean, I'm sure there's a few teams out there who don't even have coaches in their history that are Hall of Fame worthy. I mean, did the Browns ever have a coach that was Hall of Fame worthy?
Maybe Gruden.
Yeah, Gruden might get in there.
I don't know. doubt it. He had too much controversy.
You just don't like Gruden.
I don't like Gruden.
He was involved in that controversy. We're just gonna hold him back.
That's what I'm saying.
Misinformation.
But I mean,
It's okay. Rex Ryan needs to get in.
Rob Ryan needs to get in.
Rex Ryan and Rob Ryan together at the same time.
Two
and
best.
that was Mohammed.
Picking at old wounds.
All right, guys, that's our list. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are we crazy with some of these picks, or we really want to hear from you Cincinnati Bengals fans as well about Geno Atkins, because I'm kind of very curious as well. Do you think he deserves to get in or not? So let us know down in the comments below. We appreciate it. And as always, guys, have yourselves a fantastic
evening. Don't be like Sean.
What did I do?
Don't be like.
Don't be like Sean. Have a great evening and take
That's all
care.
I'm saying.